Hi, I'm Alice the Fabric Ninja, and today I'm showing you how to make this heart mini wallet. It has cutout designs on the front and shows your fabric through from the back. I also have one that is bee designs that works the exact same way. They are the perfect size for just putting a couple of things in and sticking it in your wallet or keeping your business cards in them. That's what I use mine for, but I also use it when I go to like the state fair or to give gift cards. I like adding a little personal touch. The heart and the bee mini wallet have a free pattern that is in my Fabric Ninja resource library, and you can get the password for that by signing up for my email list. Just go to fabricninja.com/free pattern or check out the link in the description to get you exactly where you need to go. In this video, I'm going to let my Cricut maker cut out all of the pieces for me, but you can also cut them out with a Cricut Explorer or by hand. You do not need a cutting machine in order to use any of my patterns. I am also doing a bit of batch sewing here. I'm going to make 3 different ones all at the same time, using some of the same materials. The materials that I'm using specifically today are no fray materials. Materials like faux leather or cork or glitter canvas. These are materials that do not have edges that fray easily on them. You could also use felt. This video is specifically about those, but I have another video where I make the bee wallet and use materials like quilter's cotton. So the construction methods are a little bit different, but the same pattern works for both because I made it just big enough to make it all work. When you're in Design Space, you're going to go to Upload Image, Browse, and then go to your files where you put it. Mine's in Downloads at the moment. And then I have this Bee Hearts Mini Wallet. And in here, I have the Heart Mini Wallet. There the design is. Upload. And then click on it so there's green around it and press Add to Canvas. You can see I already got a lot going on here, but this is what yours is going to look like at the beginning. I have already taken time to recolor them because and you can also see that I've done some duplication. Let me get this on screen for you. So this black and red one has 2 red pieces. I'll show you with the other one. There we go. It goes there to show through the hearts. I have made myself a second one because the back of this red fabric is not pretty. So I'm going to put 2 pieces back to hide it because this piece also shows on the inside. So I have a black and red. I have a red and this yellowish color is supposed to be my cork. And then I'm going to do a blue and white sparkle and get rid of this one. Okay, I guess it's time for me to make it. I'm going to press continue. So let's start with the first one, which is this white, and this is glitter canvas. Let's see if we can find it. Canvas, plastic canvas, and regular canvas. Let's see what it does with regular canvas. It wants my rotary blade, and that's perfect. That's what I want to use. So let's work our way through. Pro tip, just leave this extra hanging off. You're going to put this end first, and you don't have to cut off any of this extra. It'll just cut it out and then you can roll up your whole piece. I am going to use a brayer to make sure it's good and stuck. I've cut the white mat. Now I'm going down to the red one, and I'm going to switch this over to Cricut suede. And here's the cutout one. Let's see how it did. Ah, beautiful. Love it. So I went mat by mat, changing the settings for every type of material I'm using, and now I have all my pieces. I definitely have a little pile of all those extra hearts because I may use them inside to do some decoration on the inside of the wallet, or I may just keep them to put them in greeting cards or something else creative for my kids. So the first step with all of these is going to be to fold the pockets and top stitch along this top edge. Ooh, okay, I could do red stitching on the black here. That would be super cute. And on the front, the red stitching, also super cute. So red for here. Could do red on this, or could actually do khaki. I like that. Let's do like khaki. And this one, white or ice blue? Yeah. So everyone needs a different thread color. I guess we're doing them one at a time. Let's go find some thread. So how about I stick red on the machine, and I can do the top stitching on these two, and I can sew this. First off, we're gonna do the pockets on both of these. When you're changing your thread, the best practice is to cut it and pull the thread through the machine instead of pulling it backwards. Don't worry, I don't always do it either, but I'd at least like to tell you what the best practice is. You're going to be seeing both sides of this stitch, so you definitely want to match your top and bobbin thread here. I happen to already have a red bobbin, which is even the same red. That's pretty shocking, so we're just going to use it. I have a front-loading bobbin, so this is how I put mine in. You do need to do a little test swatch to make sure that your tension on the top and bottom is even, because you're going to be seeing both of those sides. Am I going to test it? I'm going to pretend I did. You hear that noise? That is the noise of your fabric sticking to either the base of your machine or to your presser foot. The solution for me is to just replace my foot with my Teflon foot, but if you don't have one, putting 2 pieces of Scotch tape on the bottom of your foot works really well. No noise, and it's moving very smoothly. We're going to just skip the black and red one for now. The footage of this is better. The first thing you need to do is align the piece that goes right behind the hearts. You need to make sure that all the hearts are covered. Once you are sure that's in the right spot, you can then add your backer if you have another piece, and then always check it again. Next, we're going to add our pockets. Once we decide the side that we actually like, I'm just going to cut the bulk out of the other side, totally optional. And then I'm going to clip everything into place. Again, same thing with the other pocket. I decided to keep the one that has more gold, and we're going to clip that into place. Now we just add as many clips as you need to feel comfortable. We're actually going to be trimming the edge when we're done, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Before I went to the sewing machine, I should have drawn or made some marks right down the center. I'm going to be putting a line of stitching here, and I just forgot to show it, but you can see now there's some little lines, and I'm just going to do one line of stitching straight across. Once we're finished with the center, we're going to go all the way around the outside edge. I'm just using the edge of my foot to keep that 1/4 of an inch and trying to keep everything lined up as best as possible. When I get to the corner, I'm going to stop with my needle down, and then I'm going to pivot and head the other direction. Do your best to stop 1/4 of an inch away, but again, we're going to be trimming all of those edges, so if you're a little bit off, it's going to be fine because we're going to actually trim it based off of the stitch line instead of the edge. And now it's time for the last step. Let's deal with our extra threads and trim this. I am measuring 1/8 of an inch from my stitch line towards the edge. And that'll mean that everything looks perfectly aligned because your eye is using those stitches to line everything up. And I'm just going to go all the way around this way. And that also means that any of my edges that weren't perfectly lined up, they are now. So let's fold it up and give that fold a really good roll or even a press on the iron. So there we go, 3 adorable heart mini wallets. They all get made the same way, so that's why I didn't show them all. They each have 2 pockets on the inside, and they are the perfect size for just sticking what you need in your pocket or giving a gift card in. I really love how the different materials worked and how they all still feel very Valentine's Day. I'm Alice the Fabric Ninja, and thank you for joining me today. Remember, you can find the free files on my website, fabricninja.com/free patterns. That'll get you into the free resource library. And don't forget, I also have one that's a bee pattern. I hope you will join my Fabric Ninja Sewing Circle on Facebook and post your makes.